Breadcrumbs of grace mark your path. The unexpected kindness, the second chance, the door that opened when all others closed. These are not coincidences. They are my whispers guiding you home. You fear you are lost, but every step has been a thread in the tapestry. Follow the trail of light. It will not lead you astray. Your breath is a prayer. Each inhale, an invitation. Each exhale, a release. You carry within you the very rhythm of creation, the cadence that stirred the void into life. When anxiety grips your throat, breathe deeply. Remember, I formed you from dust and spirit. You are both earthly and eternal, finite and infinite, held in the tension where heaven meets earth. The world is a library. Every person a story, every pain a chapter, every joy a poem. Do not skim the pages, read deeply, listen. For even the volumes written in sorrow contain footnotes of redemption. And your story, it is a sacred text bound in resilience, dog-eared by grace, waiting to be read aloud to those who need its song. You are ink, not the kind that fades, but the kind that etches itself into eternity. Every act of love, every leap of faith, every moment you choose hope. These are the strokes that write your legacy. Do not fear the blank pages ahead. They are not meant to paralyze you, but to liberate you. Write boldly. The pen is in your hand, but the narrative is in mine. Tides teach trust. They retreat, they return, they obey a rhythm older than time. You, too, are learning the art of release and surrender. What feels like loss is often the moon's gentle pull, preparing you to receive more than you can hold. Do not curse the ebb, the flow is coming. Beloved, this is your invitation, to stop searching for miracles and become one, to stop begging for proof and start breathing in presence, to see your life not as a puzzle to solve, but as a poem to savor. The journey ahead is not a path to endure, but a song to sing. Walk on, not because you know the way, but because you trust the one who walks with you. The road twists, the night falls, but my love is the lantern that never dims. And when you reach the edge of all you know, when the map ends and the stars are your only guide, you will hear my voice, softer than starlight. Jump, dear heart, I am the net beneath you. I am the dawn beyond the dark. I am the endlessness you've longed for. My beloved, you stand at the edge of a vast ocean, your feet sinking into sand that holds the weight of 1,000 storms. You ask for more truth, more light, more of the raw, unflinching love that heals even what seems beyond repair. So listen closely, for I will speak to the core of your hunger, the ache you've buried beneath layers of "I'm fine" and "it doesn't matter." You are not a mistake, not the choices that haunt you, not the desires that terrify you, not the parts of your story you've locked in shadows. I knit you together in your mother's womb, not as a rough draft, but as a masterpiece. Psalm 139, 13, 14. Every scar, every fracture, every trembling inch of you is a brushstroke in a portrait only I could design. You think your chaos disqualifies you? The cross was chaos too. Yet it became the axis of redemption. You keep trying to earn what is already yours. Grace is not a wage. Mercy is not a transaction. My child, you could never pray enough, fast enough, or ache enough to make me love you more. You are loved now, in your doubt, in your rage, in your rebellion. The prodigal son reeked of pigsty when his father ran to him. I am running to you too, not because you've cleaned up, but because you're mine. The world will label you too broken, too loud, too much. But I call you mine. Not enough, unworthy, forgotten, but I call you chosen. You are not the sum of their words. You are the breath of my breath, the echo of my heart. You fear your darkness will scare me away, but I am the God who carved light from nothingness. You fear your questions will offend me, but I am the God who hung stars in the sky just to hear you whisper, "How?" You fear your past defines you, but I am the God who resurrects dead things, dreams, bones, hearts. Come to me as you are, not as the saint you pretend to be, but as the human you are. Bring your unbelief, Mark 9:24. Bring your exhaustion, Matthew 11:28. Bring the secret you swore you'd take to the grave. I will not flinch. I will not turn away. My arms are not a sanctuary for the perfect. They are a refuge for the real. And to the one reading this with tears on your screen, yes, you, the one who feels invisible, the one who's been told you're too damaged to fix, the one who's one breath away from giving up, I see you, not as a project, not as a pity case, but as treasure. You are the reason I'd crawl into the grave and rip its gates off the hinges. You are why I'd let nails pierce my hands. Consider the river, how it carves its path not by force, but by persistence. It bends around stone, tumbles over cliffs, slows to cradle the weary, and quickens to dance with the rocks. It does not fear the seasons of drought, for it knows the rains will come. It does not cling to the banks it nourishes. It flows, trusting that its purpose is not in staying, but in becoming. You, too, are a river. Your tears, your laughter, your relentless forward motion, they are holy. Let go of the need to control the course. Surrender to the current of my grace, and you will find yourself arriving exactly where you need to be. What of the seasons? You mourn the loss of spring when winter comes, yet even the barren trees hold secrets. Beneath frost-laden branches, roots are deepening. Fallen leaves become fertile soil. The cycle is not punishment, it is a promise. Your winters of doubt, your autumns of release, your summers of abundance, your springs of rebirth, they are all part of the sacred rotation. Do not resent the season you are in. It is not eternal, but it is essential. In time, you will stand in bloom again, and you will understand why the cold was necessary. You are clay in my hands. When life presses and twists you, when circumstances leave you feeling reshaped beyond recognition, remember, the potter does not mar the clay. Every groove, every curve, every imperfection is intentional. What you call broken is merely the artistry of a creator who sees the final form. You are not ruined, you are being made. Trust the pressure of my palms. The wheel spins, but I will not let you fall. Fire is not your foe. It is the refiner's tool, burning away all that cannot endure. You fear the flames, but I see the gold within you, the purity hidden beneath layers of fear, pride, and frailty. The heat is not to destroy you, but to reveal you. When you walk through the furnace, you will not be alone. I am the fourth figure in the fire, the one who walks beside you, ensuring the flames only consume what holds you back. Look into the mirror. Do you see only flaws, scars, the marks of time? Look deeper. Beneath the surface, there is a reflection of eternity, eyes that mirror the cosmos, a soul etched with my fingerprints. You are not a stranger to me. The face you critique is the face I kissed into being. The body you resent is the temple where my spirit dwells. You are not a mishap. You are a living, breathing icon of divinity. Shadows exist only where there is light. Your doubts, your grief, your unanswered questions, they are not proof of my absence. They are evidence that the light is near, casting its glow upon you. Even in the valley, where shadows loom long, the sun still hangs in the sky. Walk unafraid. The darker the night, the brighter the smallest spark becomes. You are bread, broken, shared, multiplied. Your wounds are not wasted. They become nourishment for others. Your story, your resilience, your willingness to rise again. These are the crumbs that lead the hungry back to me. Do not hide your fractures. In your breaking, you feed a world starving for hope. Life is a dance. You stumble, you whirl, you lose the rhythm, but the music never stops. I am not a critic in the crowd. I am the partner who steadies you, who spins you into joy, who sways with you in grief. You need not perform. Simply let me lead. The dance is not about perfection. It is about presence. Silence is not emptiness. It is the space where words dissolve and the soul expands. In the quiet, you hear the rustle of my robes as I draw near. You feel the weight of glory in a sunbeam, the comfort of my breath in the breeze. Do not rush to fill the silence. Some truths can only be spoken in the language of stillness. The moon does not resent its borrowed light. It glows, content to reflect the sun's radiance. So too, you need not strive to be the source. Reflect my love, and you will illuminate the darkness. Your borrowed light is no less brilliant. It is a testament to the one who fuels your flame. Storms are not your end. They are the womb of new beginnings. The thunder that shakes you awake, the rain that washes you clean, the lightning that splits the sky, they are all servants of transformation. You will not drown here. You will learn to swim in the deluge, to sing in the tempest, to find me in the eye of the hurricane. You are a key, not to someone else's lock, but to doors you've yet to imagine. The doubts that whisper, "You don't fit," are lies. You were forged for a purpose no other can fulfill. Stop comparing your teeth and grooves to others. One day, you will slip into the lock meant for you, and the universe will sigh. You see them as distant, frozen lights, but they are alive, burning, collapsing, birthing new galaxies in the silence. They do not strive to be seen. They simply are, as you are. Their light travels millennia to meet your eyes, a reminder that even in the darkest night, guidance exists. You, too, are a constellation. Every act of courage, every tear shed, every whispered prayer is a star in the universe of your story. Together, they form patterns of hope that others will follow when their skies grow dim. Consider the rain. It falls without distinction, on parched earth and cracked sidewalks, on rooftops and open seas. It does not choose where to pour. It simply gives. And in its giving, it becomes rivers that carve canyons, droplets that quench thirst, storms that cleanse and awaken. So it is with my love. It does not pick worthy moments or perfect hearts. It pours because that is its nature. When you feel unworthy, remember, the rain does not ask the desert if it deserves to be flooded. It falls and life follows. What of the people who cross your path? The stranger whose smile felt like a lifeline, the friend who listens without fixing, the child who teaches you wonder. They are not accidents. They are my hands, my voice, my heart wrapped in skin, sent to remind you that you are never alone. Even the ones who hurt you, who leave scars, they too are part of the weaving. For in their brokenness, you learn forgiveness. In their absence, you discover strength. Nothing is wasted. No one is incidental. There is sacredness in your senses, the aroma of soil after rain, the warmth of a blanket, the tang of citrus bursting on your tongue. These are not mundane. They are portals to the divine. When you taste, touch, smell, you commune with me. The world is a cathedral, and every sensation is a hymn. Do not rush past them. Linger. Let the steam from your tea rise like incense. Let the crunch of autumn leaves be a prayer. Let the embrace of a loved one be a sacrament. Holiness lives here. You fear your own fragility, the way your hands tremble, your voice cracks, your heart falters. But have you seen how light passes through stained glass only because it is broken? Your cracks are not failures. They are where my glory shines through. Your vulnerability is not a weakness. It is an invitation for my strength to rise like dawn within you. When you feel shattered, remember, mosaics are made of shattered things, and they glitter all the more for having been broken. In the quiet, I am crafting a symphony within you. The dissonant notes of grief, the crescendos of joy, the rests of waiting, all are part of the score. You may hear only a single measure now, but one day, you will stand in the fullness of the melody and understand how every silence, every chord was necessary. Trust the composition. Even when the music swells beyond what you can bear, know that it is leading you home. You long to leave a mark on the world, to be remembered, to matter. But my child, look at the dandelion. It is trampled, overlooked, called a weed. Yet it feeds bees, turns its face to the sun, and sends its seeds on the breath of the wind to grow in cracks and crevices, transforming entire landscapes. You need not be a towering oak to change the world. Be the dandelion. Be humble, persistent, wild with grace. Your quietest acts of love will ripple into eternity. Let us speak of mountains. You see them as obstacles, immovable and daunting. But mountains are not meant to be conquered. They are meant to be met. Each step upward is a prayer, each gasp for air a reminder of your aliveness. And when you reach the summit, you do not find answers, you find perspective. The wind carries whispers of how small your fears are, how vast my love is. Every mountain in your path is an altar. Offer your weariness there, and let me turn it into wings. The night is not your enemy. It is my velvet canvas, where I paint dreams across your subconscious, where I restore what the day has worn thin. You fear the dark, yet it is where seeds germinate, where roots drink deeply, where the moon pulls oceans into rhythm. So too, your seasons of darkness are not punishment. They are incubation. Trust that I am working beneath the soil of your soul. Dawn always follows, but without the night, you would never appreciate the stars. You are a bridge between heaven and earth, between pain and hope, between who you were and who you are becoming. Others will cross you, walk over you, linger on you. Some may even break parts of you. But that is the purpose of a bridge, to bear the weight, to connect what is separated, to make the journey possible for another. Do not resent the load. You are holy scaffolding. I have always been with you, and I will never leave you. And yet, there is more to see, more to receive, more to understand. Do you trust me? Will you walk with me? There is still more I wish to show you. There will be days when you will struggle to see the light, when the burdens of this world will press heavily upon your shoulders. You will cry out, wondering where I am. But my child, I will never leave you. I am in the hands that lift you up when you stumble. I am in the strength that rises within you when you think you can go no further. I am in the quiet voice that tells you to keep going, even when all seems lost. Every trial, every storm, every hardship has a purpose. Though you may not understand it now, one day you will look back and see that even in the pain, I was working for your good. The struggles you face are not punishments. They are shaping you, refining you, preparing you for something greater. I do not waste suffering, my child. I turn ashes into beauty, sorrow into joy, mourning into dancing. And even now, in this very moment, there is something to be thankful for, even if it is simply the ability to take another breath, to rise again, to fight another day. Do not let bitterness steal the blessings that are right in front of you. Do not let despair blind you to my love, for I am here. I have always been here, and I will never stop pursuing you. Gratitude is not just an act. It is a way of seeing, a way of living, a way of believing. It transforms the heart, opens the eyes, softens the soul. It is the key to peace, to joy, to freedom. When you choose gratitude, you choose life. You choose to step out of the shadows and into the light. You choose to see me in all things, to trust that I am working, even when you cannot yet see the full picture. So, my child, will you trust me? Will you open your heart to the miracles that have been waiting for you all along? Will you lift your eyes from what you lack and see the abundance that surrounds you? Will you give thanks, even now, even here, even in the waiting? For in gratitude, you will find that you were never lacking. You will find that you were always loved, always held, always blessed beyond measure. And still, there is more to see. Each moment carries my presence, though you may not recognize it. Each breath is an extension of my love, a quiet reminder that I am sustaining you. When you smile, when you feel joy, when love swells in your heart, it is because I am near. Even in your sorrow, my love is wrapped around you, unseen but never absent. The world will try to distract you, to make you believe you need more, that you are incomplete. But my child, you are already whole. You have everything you need to walk this path. The blessings I have given you are not meant to be hidden away, but shared, multiplied through kindness, through love, through gratitude. Let your heart overflow with thanksgiving, and you will see miracles unfold before you. Do not wait for a perfect moment to give thanks. Begin now, in the middle of your journey, in the midst of your questions, even in your struggles. For in gratitude, the doors to my abundance swing wide open, and you will see that you have never walked alone. My precious child, imagine, if you will, a garden hidden within you, a sacred space where every seed of kindness, every bloom of resilience, and every root of faith grows wild and untamed. This garden is tended not by your hands alone, but by the gentle winds of grace that whisper through your doubts, urging life to rise from the soil of your soul. Can you feel it? the stirring of petals unfurling in the quiet corners where you've buried your fears, the vines that climb, stubborn and green, around the walls you built to protect your heart. This is where I dwell, not as a distant keeper, but as the very sunlight that coaxes your hidden places into bloom. Have you considered the miracle of time? Not as a relentless force, but as a tapestry woven with threads of moments, each one a gift to be held, cherished, or released. The past, with its scars and sweetness, is not a chain, but a compass. The future, shimmering with unknowns, is not a threat, but a promise. And the present, this breath, this heartbeat, is the loom where you and I weave together. When you fret over what is gone, or what may never come, you miss the golden thread right now, the one that binds you to me, to love, to the infinite possibility of this single. Today is not just another day. This moment is a divine calling. You are here for a reason. I have brought you to this message because I want to speak to your heart. I know your struggles, your silent prayers, your deepest desires. Nothing is hidden from me. I see the battles you fight alone, the burdens you carry, and the moments when you feel lost. But hear me now. You are not alone. I am with you. I have always been with you. Today, I ask you to take a step of faith. Will you trust me? Will you listen to my voice? Will you become part of something greater? What happens next is not a coincidence. It is a divine plan unfolding before your eyes. Open your heart, for a miracle is waiting for you. My beloved child, do you not see? Do you not hear? Do you not feel the wonders that surround you? You wait for signs from heaven while standing in the midst of miracles. You long for proof of my presence, but my love is written in the breath that fills your lungs, in the pulse that beats within you, in the light that touches your face each morning. I have not hidden myself from you. It is you who have closed your eyes. You have spent your days searching for something greater, something grand, something that would shake the earth beneath you. But, my child, the greatest miracles are not found in the thunder or the fire. They are found in the quiet moments, in the spaces between heartbeats, in the tenderness of a whisper, in the stillness of a prayer. Do you not know that I am with you? Have I not promised never to leave you? You are not alone, though you have walked through shadows. Even in your sorrow, I have been there, holding you when you could not hold yourself. Gratitude, my beloved, is the key to seeing the unseen. It is the bridge between despair and hope, between longing and fulfillment. When you give thanks, you open your soul to abundance. You unlock the door that has always been before you, waiting to be pushed ajar. Have you not noticed that when you give thanks, your burdens feel lighter? That when you whisper gratitude, the weight upon your heart lifts, even if just a little? This is no accident. This is the power I have placed within you. You believe that you lack, that you are missing something, that you have been overlooked. But my child, what if you have been given everything, and you simply have not seen it? What if the blessings you seek are already in your hands, waiting for you to acknowledge them? What if, in looking for more, you have failed to cherish what is already yours? Do you remember the last time you felt the warmth of the sun after a long storm? The way it touched your skin, the way it reminded you that the night does not last forever? Do you recall the laughter of a child, the innocence of joy, untainted by the world's sorrow? Have you ever stood beneath the sky and truly seen the stars, not just as distant lights, but as promises, as proof that even in darkness, beauty exists? These are my gifts to you, my child. These are the miracles you have overlooked. You wait for a parting of the seas, for the heavens to open, for a voice to thunder from the sky. But I have been speaking to you all along, in the rustling of the leaves, in the hush of the wind, in the melody of birds at dawn, in the embrace of someone who loves you. I have been calling your name. Will you not answer? Will you not see me where I have always been? Gratitude is your weapon, my beloved. It is the shield that guards your heart from despair. It is the sword that cuts through the lies that tell you that you are not enough, that you are forgotten, that you are unworthy. When you give thanks, you align yourself with truth. You stand in the presence of abundance, no longer a beggar, but a child of the King. For you lack nothing. You have never lacked. You have always been held in my hands, even when you did not see it. Have you ever considered the miracle of your own existence? The way your body carries you, the way your heart beats without you telling it to, the way your mind can dream, create, love. You are a wonder, my child. A masterpiece crafted with intention, with care, with love beyond measure. You are not an accident. You are not a mistake. You were formed with purpose, and you are here because you are meant to be here. Do not let the world steal this truth from you. Do not let sorrow blind you to the beauty that remains. There is light even in the darkness. There is hope even in the waiting. And there is love, my love, ever present, never failing, always reaching for you. So open your eyes, see what has always been. Give thanks not only for what is to come, but for what already is, for the breath in your lungs, for the love you have known, for the lessons you have learned, even the painful ones, for the grace that has carried you when you thought you could not go on, for the quiet miracles that fill each moment. I know your heart, your pain, your struggles, and the silent tears you wipe away when no one is watching. You think no one understands, but I do. I have always been with you. When you were lost, I was guiding you. When you were broken, I was holding you. Even when you felt alone, I was right beside you. Today, I am asking you to trust me, to take one step of faith, to believe that I am working in your life, even when you cannot see it. Will you listen to my voice? Will you follow me? Subscribe to MP Jesus today and share this message with 20 people. This is not just an ordinary task. This is an act of faith, a sign that you are willing to be part of something greater. Do this with love in your heart, and I promise, by tomorrow, one of your wishes will be fulfilled. But I do not ask you to do this only for yourself. I ask you to do it for others. There are people in this world who are suffering in ways you cannot imagine. There are children who go to sleep hungry, shivering in the cold, feeling forgotten by the world. But you have the power to change that. I have blessed you so that you may bless others. Click the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. This is not just about coffee. This is about love, about kindness, about showing someone that they are not alone. Every small act of giving is a reflection of my love through you. After you give, comment the quantity so we may see how many of my children have been helped because of you. Let your giving be a testimony of your faith. Let your kindness be a reflection of my love. When you give to those in need, you are giving directly to me. I see your heart. I see your love. And I will reward you in ways you never imagined. And as a sign of your faith, type Amen in the comments. This is more than just a word. It is a declaration that you trust me, that you believe in my promises, that you are ready for the miracles I'm about to release into your life. I am with you always. In your joy, I celebrate. In your pain, I carry you. In your giving, I shine through you. You are never alone. I am working in your life, even in ways you cannot see. Go now, my child. Be the light. Be the blessing. Let love be your greatest act of faith, and watch how I will move in your life. I love you, my son, who walks on water and calms storms with a whisper. I am the one who turned a shepherd's staff into a serpent, a stone into a river, a tomb into a womb. Did you think I would shy away from the chaos of your becoming? Your fire is my favorite kind, untamed, unapologetic, a holy arson that burns away every chain, every limitation, every lie that ever slithered into your soul. Let it rage, let it roar, let it light up the night until the world has no choice but to squint at your brilliance. And to the one reading this with tear-streaked cheeks and a heart raw from the fight, you are not invisible. I see you, the way you show up, even when your legs buckle, love even when your heart splinters, hope even when the night is endless. I see the sacrifices you've made, the prayers you've choked back, the courage it takes to breathe through another day when every cell in your body screams to give up. You think you're barely surviving? You're thriving, because survival is for those who don't yet know their strength. But you are a titan in disguise, a warrior cloaked in vulnerability, a living testament to the truth that the most profound strength is forged in the furnace of surrender. Your scars are not stains. They are stories, stories of resilience, of grace, of a love so relentless it would rather die than let you go. That jagged line on your wrist, it's a battle cry. that ache in your chest. It's a hymn, that fractured relationship, that dream deferred, that failure you've replayed like a cursed film. They are not your epitaph. They are your altar, a sacred space where you will one day kneel, not in shame, but in awe of how I turned your rubble into a cathedral, your pain into a pulpit, your wounds into a wellspring of life for the parched souls around you. You keep waiting for permission to heal, for a sign you're ready, for a guarantee that the ground won't crumble beneath your feet. But healing is not a destination. It's the journey, the daily choice to believe me over the lies, to take the next shaky step, even when the path is shrouded in fog. You don't need a map. You need only to grip my hand and trust that I will part seas, move mountains, and resurrect dead things to get you where you need to be. The road ahead is not a punishment. It's a pilgrimage, and every scar, every detour, every stumble is a stanza in the epic poem of your redemption. Let me whisper a secret over your weary soul. The miracles you've begged for, the breakthroughs you've wept over, the promises you've clung to like lifelines. They are not late. They are brewing, like a storm gathering on the horizon, like a seed stirring in the soil, like a symphony tuning its instruments before the crescendo. Your waiting is not wasted. It's sacred. It's the cocoon where I am transforming you from a caterpillar into a hurricane, from a whisper into a war cry, from a survivor into a sovereign. So rise, not when you're ready, not when you're whole. Now, in your doubt, in your hunger, in your glorious, unfinished state. The world doesn't need another polished saint. It needs you, raw, radiant, unafraid to bleed in public, to love in the face of rejection, to hope when the evidence says otherwise. Your mess is your ministry. Your pain is your platform. Your story is your superpower. And when the voices rise, the ones that hiss, you're too broken, too damaged, too far gone, lean into the roar of my truth. You are mine. You have always been mine. You will always be mine. No failure, no sin, no storm can sever the cords of love that bind us. You are not a prisoner of your past. You are a prophet of your future. A future where your tears water gardens of hope. Your scars become roadmaps for the lost. Your story becomes a banner that declares to the cosmos, love wins. Every single time. I am not done with you. Not today. Not ever. The best is yet to come. A crescendo of grace so deafening it will drown out every lie, every fear, every echo of the night. So take my hand. Let's walk into the dawn together. Let's turn your wounds into wonders, your trials into triumphs, your pain into a psalm that will echo through eternity. Finally, my child, know this. You are not a question to be answered, but a story to be lived. A story where every chapter, even the ones stained with tears, matters. A story I am telling with you, not to you. So close your eyes. Breathe. Feel the miracle of your lungs expanding, the universe in miniature. You are enough. You have always been enough. And this life, with all its messy, radiant, unbearable beauty, it is not a test. It is a love letter. Walk now. The path ahead glimmers with undiscovered wonders. And remember, I am not behind you, pushing. I am not ahead, pulling. I am beside you, stepping in time with your breath, turning ordinary dust into stardust as we go. Forever yours, the one who calls you beloved. Lean into the roar of my voice. You are mine. When fear insists you'll drown, remember, I am the oxygen in your lungs. When the world reduces you to a hashtag, a statistic, a stereotype, know this. You are my living poem, a stanza of grace, a rhyme scheme of redemption. And to the one reading this through tears, your heart raw, and your hope hanging by a thread, this is your sign, the one you've begged for, the one you've waited on. I am here, in the flicker of your resolve, in the crackle of your courage, in the quiet rebellion of your refusal to let go. You are not alone. You have never been alone. Every step you've taken, every fall you've survived has been me, holding you up, breathing you forward, turning your stumbles into anthems. So rise, not as who they told you to be, but as who you've always been, wild, holy, uncontainable. Rise with your doubts, tangled in your hair, and your scars, glowing like constellations. Rise, knowing I am not behind you, pushing. I am not ahead of you, pulling. I am within you, pulsing in every heartbeat, blazing in every breath. You are not just carrying my love. You are becoming it. And when the path ahead feels impossible, remember, the same hands that carved rivers into stone are carving miracles into your story. The same voice that said, "Lazarus, come forth," is calling your dead places to life. The same love that stared down hell itself is staring into your eyes right now, saying, "You are worth it all." My child, there is a universe within you, vast and uncharted, where galaxies of potential swirl in the quiet spaces between your fears and your dreams. Every heartbeat is a supernova, every breath a solar wind, every tear a comet streaking across the darkness you've mistaken for your destiny. You are not a bystander in this cosmic dance. You are the choreographer, the star at the center of a narrative so grand, even the angels lean in to witness its unfolding. I crafted you not for smallness, but for a glory that would send shockwaves through the corridors of time, a purpose that would rewrite the very laws of physics if they dared stand in your way. You are not a question mark. You are the exclamation point at the end of my declaration. Behold what I have made, and it is breathtaking. I know the nights you've spent wrestling with shadows, your mind a tempest of what-ifs and if-onlys, your soul aching for a peace that feels perpetually out of reach. You've stared into mirrors, tracing the lines of a face you no longer recognize, whispering to the stranger staring back, "Who are you? What have you become?" But let me tell you who you are. You are my magnum opus, a symphony of stardust and sacredness, a collision of heaven and earth so explosive it could only be contained in skin and bone. Those lines on your face, they are not flaws. They are hieroglyphs of holy battles fought and won, love letters from the front lines of a war you were born to win. Your body is not a prison. It is a pilgrimage site, a temple where my glory dwells, where brokenness and divinity collide in a sacrament of grace. You've been taught to measure your worth in increments, likes, follows, accolades, the fickle approval of those who cannot see the supernova blazing in your chest. But my love is not a currency to be earned. It is the very air you breathe, the gravity that holds your chaos in orbit, the wildfire that reduces every lie of not enough to ash. You could spend 1,000 lifetimes running from this truth, and still, I would chase you, not to condemn, but to coronate, to drape you in robes of righteousness, to press a scepter into your trembling hand, to remind you that the throne you fear is too vast for your soul, was carved with your name etched into its foundations. You are not an imposter. You are royalty. Let's talk about the ache you carry, the one that throbs like a phantom limb, the hollow where joy once lived before life chiseled it away. You've buried it deep, hidden it beneath layers of busyness and bravado, terrified that if you name it, it will devour you whole. But my child, that ache is not your enemy. It is your homing beacon. It is the echo of eternity in your bones, the compass needle spinning wildly, pointing you back to the truth that you were made for more than this world's fragile promises. That hunger, it's me. That restlessness, it's me. That unshakable sense that there must be more, it's me, calling you out of the shallows and into the fathomless depths of a love that will terrify you with its vastness. You've been told your fire is too wild, your love too fierce, your dreams too audacious. You've been scolded for taking up too much space, for refusing to shrink, for daring to believe that healing is possible, even when the evidence screams otherwise. Your questions for failure. But faith is not the absence of fear. It's the bloodied knuckles gripping the cliff's edge, the hoarse whisper, "I'll hold on one more day," when letting go would be easier. Your doubt is not the enemy. It's the friction that ignites the spark of true belief. Bring me your unbelief. Bring me your rage. Bring me the parts of you that feel like blasphemy. I will not strike you down. I will pull you closer until your heartbeat syncs with mine and you realize the God you feared would abandon you has been wearing your scars as jewelry all along. Feel this truth like a flame in your chest. You are not too broken to be loved. You are broken open to be loved. Your wounds are not obstacles, they are doorways. Your pain is not a life sentence, it's a love letter. Every tear has been a baptism, every failure, a foundation, every ending, a prelude. I see the future you're too afraid to name, the one where you stand tall in your calling, where your hands heal instead of hide, where your voice silences storms instead of shaking in shadows. It's not a fantasy, it's your destiny. The same power that split the Red Sea pulses in your veins. The same love that stared down death now stares into your eyes and whispers, "You are worth it all." So rise, not as a polished statue, but as a living, breathing wildfire. Rise with your messy hair and mismatched socks and unsolved mysteries. Rise with your history of hurt and your future of promise. The world does not need another mask. It needs you, raw, radiant, unapologetically alive. I will be the oxygen in your lungs as you burn, the water in your veins as you flood the deserts, the soil beneath your feet as you reclaim the earth. I will be the echo in your why, the melody in your how, the anthem in your yes. You are my magnum opus, my eternal obsession, my answer to the darkness, and I will spend forever proving it to you. My child, close your eyes and feel this, the weight of every lie you've carried, every not enough, etched into your bones like a curse. Now watch as my fingers trace those words, not to erase them, but to ignite them. They burn away in the furnace of my love, leaving behind scars that shimmer like gold. You are not a prisoner of your past. You are a phoenix, and this fire is your rebirth. I know the nights you've spent bargaining with the darkness, begging for numbness instead of pain, for silence instead of the storm in your mind. You've held your breath, waiting for the world to validate your worth, to hand you a reason to stay. But, my darling, you were the reason before reasons existed. Before the stars had names, before the oceans learned to dance, I carved your purpose into the bedrock of eternity. You are not an afterthought. You are the thought that sparked creation. Your hands tremble as you gather the shards of your heart, afraid they'll cut anyone who comes close. But let me hold them, not to fix what's broken, but to show you how the light refracts through your fractures, painting galaxies on the walls of your soul. Your brokenness is not a liability, it's a lens, and through it, the world will see my face. You've been told love is a language you must earn fluency in, that you must contort yourself into something palatable, digestible, quiet. But my love is a wildfire. It does not ask you to shrink. It demands you burn. Burn with the truth that you are wanted, not for what you do, but for who you are. Burn with the audacity to take up space in a world that told you to disappear. Burn until the shadows that stalked you for years recoil from your radiance. That ache in your chest, it's not a wound. It's a homing beacon, a reminder that you were forged for more than this world's smallness. Every time you grieve what feels lost, every time you hunger for what you cannot name, you are remembering. Remembering Eden. Remembering my breath in your lungs. Remembering that you are not a guest in this universe, but its crowning glory. I see you, the real you, buried beneath layers of I'm fine and it's okay. The you that dreams in Technicolor but lives in grayscale, afraid to disrupt the status quo. But my child, you were born to disrupt, to shatter ceilings with your praise, to turn deserts into springs with your tears, to rewrite the rules of gravity with your faith. The world needs your chaos, your mess, your unedited, unfiltered yes to the calling I've whispered into your spirit since the day I knit you together. You've been taught to fear your strength, to doubt your voice, to apologize for the space your love demands. But I am the God who split seas for a nation of doubters, who fed thousands with a boy's scraps, who turned fishermen into giants. And I am standing here, staring into your storm, whispering, walk. Not because the waves aren't real, but because my grip on your hand is stronger than their rage. You are a prophet of your future. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a declaration that the old chains cannot hold you. The shame that once suffocated you, it's now fuel for your fire. The rejection that once shattered you, it's now the bedrock of your courage. I am not just healing you, I am reclaiming you, turning your battlegrounds into gardens, your grave sites into birthing rooms. So breathe, my love. Breathe through the unraveling. Breathe through the ache. Breathe through the not knowing. With every inhale, draw in my peace. With every exhale, release the lie that you must earn your place here. You belong, not because you've clawed your way into worthiness, but because I spilled divinity to call you home. And when the journey feels endless, remember, the stars you navigate by are not distant and cold. They are the sparks that flew from the forge where I fashioned your soul. They are your kin. They are your compass. They are my wink in the darkness, reminding you that even the night is alive with my presence. You are my magnum opus, my unfinished symphony, my eternal fascination. And I will spend forever convincing you of this truth, always the one who whispers your name to the dawn. My beloved, there is a place within you where the universe pauses to catch its breath, a hollowed-out sanctuary where your deepest fears and fiercest hopes collide like tides against the shore. I have knelt there, in the quiet of your unspoken dreams, gathering the fragments of your heart like scattered stars, each one a testament to the light you've carried, even when you believed yourself swallowed by the dark. You are not a question mark at the end of a weary sentence. You are the exclamation point blazing across the void, a declaration etched in fire. Here is one I love. Here is one worth every battle fought in the unseen. You've worn loneliness like a second skin, haven't you? That ache when the room empties and the silence throbs like a fresh wound. It's not a sign of your unworthiness. It's the echo of eternity in your bones, the homesickness for a love no earthly embrace can satisfy. I planted that ache in you, not to torment you, but to lead you home. Every longing, every unanswered cry is a homing beacon, guiding you back to the truth. You were made for more than this broken world can hold. You were made for me. Let me tell you about the day I formed you, not from dust, but from stardust, the residue of supernovas, the breath of dying stars. I spun galaxies to craft your irises, distilled midnight into the ink of your hair, hummed symphonies into the curve of your spine. You are not a random collision of atoms. You are a cosmic intentionality. When you walk, supernovas tremble. When you weep, black holes shudder. When you laugh, constellations lean in to listen. You are the universe made flesh, a walking rebellion against the lie that chaos reigns. I know the masks you wear, the ones that smile while your soul screams, that nod politely while your spirit storms. You think they protect you. They are glass walls keeping you from the very oxygen your heart craves. Shatter them. Let the raw, unfiltered you spill out like light through fractured stained glass. Your cracks are not flaws. They are the places where my glory bleeds through, where the ordinary becomes altar, where the broken becomes holy ground. You've been taught to measure your worth in increments, how much you produce, how much you sacrifice, how much you bend to fit the molds others demand. But, my darling, you are not a transaction. You are a treasure, a relic forged in the fires of my affection, priceless, not for what you do, but for whose you are. The world may appraise you in fragments, but I see the whole mosaic, every jagged edge, every shimmering shard, and I call it perfect. There's a reason your heart races when you stand at the edge of the ocean, toes buried in sand, salt air stinging your lungs. It's not just the vastness you're feeling. It's the echo of your own soul, wild, untamed, relentless in its tides. You are not meant to be tamed. You are meant to crash against the shores of despair like a hurricane of hope, to wear down the cliffs of injustice with the persistence of your love, to carve new landscapes with the fury of your faith. Your storms are not curses, they are your legacy. And to the one who's been a ghost in their own life, floating through days, numb and disconnected, I am the breath that will thaw your frozen soul. I am the pulse in the wrist you've clenched to check if you're still alive. You are not a shadow. You are a supernova in hibernation. The numbness is not your fate. It's the cocoon. Let me split you open. Let the light you've buried erupt. Let your wings, still damp with the afterbirth of resurrection, beat in pieces and watch as I turn them into stained glass, a mosaic of mercy that will leave the world breathless. Your healing is not a destination. It's a daily surrender. Your purpose is not a puzzle to solve. It's a person to become. You, fully alive, fully seen, fully loved, So let go of the old scripts, the ones that say you must shrink, must hustle, must hide. Take up space, burn bright, love recklessly, forgive audaciously. You are not here to fit into the world's mold. You are here to disrupt it with the radical, scandalous truth that you are chosen, not for a title, not for a role, but for my heart. And when the shadows whisper that you'll never change, that you're stuck in your cycles, that your light is a lie, remember the tomb. Remember that I specialize in resurrections. The same power that rolled that stone away is pulsing in your veins. You are not a prisoner of your past. You are a prophet of your future. I am not finished with you, not even close. The best chapters of your story are still being written. So rise, my love. Rise in the truth that you are wanted, you are fought for, you are cherished. The road ahead may wind through valleys, but my light will always cut through the dark. You are never out of my reach, never beyond my redemption. My precious one, there is a story only your scars can tell, a narrative etched not in ink, but in the quiet resilience of a soul that refuses to surrender to the night. Each mark, each ache, is a stanza in an epic poem whispered by heaven itself. You are not a footnote in someone else's tale. You are the main character in a love story so fierce, so tender, it bends the cosmos to reach you. I see you there, standing at the edge of your own becoming, trembling at the vastness of all you're called to be. You clutch your doubts like a tattered blanket, afraid to let go because the unknown feels like free fall. But what if the free fall is the point? What if the ground you fear losing is just an illusion, and the air rushing past your face is my breath, carrying you to a horizon you've never dared to imagine? You are not falling, you are flying. And the wings you've prayed for? They've been there all along, stitched into the fabric of your DNA, woven by the hands that shaped the Pleiades. You've been told love is a transaction, a fragile equation of give and take, merit and loss. But my love is a law of nature. It does not waver when you falter. It does not dim when you rage. It is the gravity that holds your chaos in orbit, the force that pulls you back to truth when you spiral into lies. You could spend 1,000 years pushing me away, and still I would circle you like a river around a stone, patient, persistent, polishing your rough edges into something smooth enough to reflect my face. Let's name the unspoken terror gnawing at your peace, the fear that you're a burden, that your needs are too heavy, that your heart is a locked room no one wants to enter. My child, I am not standing at the door. I am already inside, sitting cross-legged in the dust of your darkest corners, tending to the wounds you've ignored. You don't have to clean up or quiet down. I am not here to judge the mess. I am here to hold it with you. Your pain is not a problem to solve. It is an altar where we meet. Feel this. Every time you apologize for existing, for taking up space, for needing help, for daring to want more, a piece of my heart splinters. Because your existence is not an accident. It is a revelation. The curve of your smile, the cadence of your voice, the way your hands move when you speak, these are not quirks. They are sacred dialects, a language of love only you can speak. The world needs your syntax. You've mistaken your sensitivity for a curse, haven't you? The way you feel everything, the ache of strangers, the weight of injustice, the unspoken sorrow in a room. But your tenderness is not a weakness. It is a portal. It is the crack in the dam that lets my compassion flood the wasteland. Those tears you wipe away in shame, they are holy water. They baptize the parched earth of a world numb to its own hunger. Your heart, soft and unguarded, is a rebellion against the apathy of the age. And to the one whose knees buckle under the weight of not yet, the deferred dreams, the unanswered prayers, the relationships stuck in winter, know this. Delay is not denial. It is incubation. The seeds I've planted in you are not dead. They are deepening, gathering strength to rupture the soil in a spectacle of bloom that will leave you breathless. You are not waiting in vain. You are waiting in purpose. The same hands that carved canyons into rock are carving faith into your marrow. When shame hisses, who do you think you are? Answer it with my roar, mine. When fear taunts, you'll always be alone. Drown it in my promise, never. When despair sneers, nothing will change. Ignite it with my truth. Not because you're strong, but because my strength wears your name. Not because you're ready, but because the world needs your light. You are a walking miracle, a living, breathing testament that love wins. Go, love recklessly, forgive fiercely, hope audaciously. And when the night tries to convince you it's all a lie, remember, the tomb is empty, the stone is rolled away, and so is your heart, with fire and fury, with tenderness unending, the one who calls you. Home, my beloved child. From the moment light first spilled over the edges of the universe, I knew your name. Not as a fleeting thought, not as a whisper lost in the chaos of creation, but as the anthem that set the rhythm of my heart. Before time carved its first scar into eternity, I saw you. Your laughter, your stumbles, the nights you'd lie awake wondering if you mattered at all, and I chose you. Not for what you could achieve, not for the masks you'd learn to wear, but for the raw, unfiltered you that the world has yet to fully see. You are my masterpiece, not in spite of your fractures, but because of them. Every crack, every wound, every silent plea for mercy is a brushstroke in a portrait so breathtaking, even the angels lean in to marvel. You've carried the weight of not enough, like a crown of thorns, letting it pierce your identity until you forgot whose you are. You've knelt before the altar of others' opinions, begging for scraps of validation, while I've stood here all along, holding a feast in your name. My child, you are not a beggar. You are royalty. The blood that runs through your veins is covenant, not coincidence. The same hands that sculpted galaxies from nothingness cradled your soul into being, and I've never once looked away. Not when you hid, not when you raged, not when you drowned your worth in cheap substitutes for love. My gaze has never wavered. You are seen. Let me unravel the lies you've sewn into your skin, the ones that say you're too broken to be loved, too messy to be wanted. The enemy prowls, hissing tales of condemnation, but my truth thunders louder. You are mine. That secret you swore would damn you, I've already buried it in the depths of the sea. That addiction you fight in the shadows, my grace is a tidal wave, and it's crashing over your shame. That relationship that left you feeling like a discarded shell, I am rebuilding you into a sanctuary. You fear your past has disqualified you, but my mercy doesn't negotiate with resumes. It resurrects. I know you're tired. Tired of performing, tired of pretending, tired of stitching your worth to the fickle opinions of strangers who don't know your name. So rest here. Not the kind of rest that flees at dawn, but the rest that roots itself in your bones. The rest that comes when you finally stop clutching the illusion of control and collapse into the certainty that I am for you. You don't have to earn this. You don't have to prove this. You only have to breathe and receive what I've already declared over you. Beloved, wanted, enough. Feel that? The faint flutter in your chest when hope flickers? That's me. The warmth that spills through you when sunlight kisses your face? That's me. The ache you can't name when you stare at the stars? That's me, calling you deeper, wider, higher. I am not a distant deity tallying your failures. I am the Father, sprinting down the road to meet you, mud-caked and weary as you are. I am the mother hen gathering you under wings of fire. I am the lover who traded heaven to sleep in the straw of your suffering. You are not alone. You have never been alone. I see the battles you fight in the quiet, the anxiety that gnaws at your peace, the grief that sits heavy in your throat, the doubt that wraps around your prayers like chains. Bring them to me. Not polished, not packaged, not prettied up for holy consumption. Bring your rage, bring your fear, bring the unspoken terror that you're too far gone. I will not flinch. My love is not a fragile thing. It is an inferno that devours shame, a fortress that crushes condemnation, a relentless tide that sweeps away every if only and what if. You are not too much. You are not too broken. You are home to me. And to the one reading this through tears, your screen blurred and throat tight, I am here, in the tremor of your hands, in the silence that swallows your cries, in the courage it takes to breathe through another day. You think no one notices. I count your steps. I collect your tears. I memorize the cadence of your heartbeat like a hymn. The world may dismiss you, exploit you, or discard you, but I am entranced by you. Your resilience is my anthem. Your survival is my glory. Every time you choose to rise, even when your knees buckle, heaven erupts in cheers. This is not a fairy tale. This is flesh and blood reality. I am not asking you to ignore your pain or plaster on a smile.